They found Sergeant Mason Hale crawling out of the fire, half-burned, barely breathing, still holding the one object he refused to let go, a blood-soaked GPS tracker with coordinates that should never have existed. When investigators asked what happened, Mason said only 4 words: "They sent me there." And the room went silent. Before we dive into this unbelievable true-style military narrative, make sure you like this video and subscribe, because stories like this, stories of betrayal, courage, and redemption, deserve to be heard. Now, let's go back to where everything started. Mason wasn't a hero. Not at first. He was a quiet soldier, a man who worked harder than he spoke, a man who carried other people's weight because he didn't trust anyone to carry his. 12 years in the army, 3 tours, 0 complaints, but everyone knew something haunted him. A shadow that followed him everywhere, a regret he never explained. Sergeant Hale was respected, but also isolated. Some believed he chose it. Others believed someone chose it for him. Both were true. Years earlier, during a mission gone wrong, Mason had made a call that saved civilians, but cost the life of his best friend, Corporal Ryan Blake. Ryan's brother, Captain Adrian Blake, never forgave him. And worse, Adrian was rising fast through military ranks. Mason carried the guilt. Adrian carried the hatred. The perfect recipe for a quiet war inside the same uniform. One winter morning, Mason was ordered into a closed-door meeting. Only 2 officers were inside: Captain Adrian Blake and Colonel Reeves, a man known for ending careers with a pen, not a bullet. The mission they presented was simple, suspiciously simple. A routine reconnaissance in an area with 0 activity for months. No backup, no drone support, no extraction window. Mason knew something was off. But soldiers follow orders, even when the orders taste like poison. Mason moved through the valley alone. Cold air, empty landscape, no tracks, no heat signatures, nothing. Until the sound hit. A click, not from him, from under him. A landmine. He froze. Sweat. Heartbeat. Silence. But then he realized something worse. The mine wasn't old. It was new. Freshly planted. Someone had mapped his route in advance. Someone expected him to die here. He disarmed it with shaking hands. Then his radio crackled. Static. Then a voice. "I'm sorry, Mason." Adrian. Gunfire erupted from the cliffs. Mason dove behind a rock, returning fire with brutal precision. But there were too many. Professional, coordinated, waiting for him. Not rebels, not terrorists, mercenaries, privately contracted, expensive, and American-trained. One of them shouted, "Make it clean, no body left." They weren't just trying to kill him, they wanted him erased. Why? That answer came seconds later, when Mason hit one mercenary in the vest and an object fell from his pocket. A GPS tracker, with Mason's exact coordinates preloaded. Mason realized the truth. This wasn't a mission, it was an execution. Mason ran. He sprinted through the valley as bullets shredded the dirt behind him. He tackled one mercenary, took his rifle, his radio, his gear. Then he heard them. Confirmed visual. Sergeant Hale is still alive, still a target. Mason wasn't supposed to walk away. Not today, not ever. But something inside him snapped. Not fear, not anger, purpose. He whispered, "For Ryan." Then he fought, harder than ever. He moved through the valley like a ghost. 1 mercenary down, then 2, then 3. Pain didn't matter. Blood didn't matter. Only truth. Mason reached a narrow ridge, pinned down. Low ammo, no escape. Unless he saw an abandoned fuel drum, shot it, waited. The valley ignited. A roar of fire, heat, light. The explosion threw him backward. He hit the ground, world spinning, chest burning, vision fading. But he crawled, dragged himself from the flames. When rescue drones finally located him hours later, he had only one thing in his grasp, the tracker that proved everything. Mason woke up under bright hospital lights, bandaged, alive. Colonel Reeves stood beside him, face cold, eyes calculating. "You were never supposed to be there alone," he said. A lie. Mason could hear it in his tone. But Mason also noticed something else. In the colonel's pocket, a tracker identical to the one he found. The conspiracy went higher than he thought. Then Reeves leaned closer. "You understand that if you talk, your career ends." Mason stared at him. No fear, no hesitation. "My career ended the moment you tried to kill me." Adrian Blake entered next, arms crossed, jaw tight. "Mason, if you had died, this would have ended cleanly." There it was, the truth, spoken aloud. Adrian blamed him for Ryan's death so deeply. He chose revenge over honor. But Mason had something Adrian didn't expect: survival, evidence, and a voice that refused to stay silent. He handed the tracker to the military investigator waiting outside the door. Then another piece of the puzzle, the mercenary radio with full call logs. Everything recorded, everything damning. Adrian's face drained. Reeves stepped back. Mason didn't need to speak. The truth finally did. Weeks passed. A tribunal was formed. Investigations launched. Names exposed. Adrian was stripped of rank. Reeves was removed from command and charged. The entire conspiracy collapsed. And Mason? He was offered early retirement, a medal, a quiet exit. But he refused. "I don't walk away from the uniform," he said. "Not until I make sure no one else is ever sent to die like I was." His voice carried weight, pain, honor, humanity. He returned to service, not as a victim, but as a guardian for soldiers who couldn't speak for themselves. The military didn't just get back a sergeant. They gained a watchdog, a survivor, a man rebuilt by fire. Sometimes the enemy isn't across the border. Sometimes it's hidden behind a smile, behind a uniform, behind a past that refuses to stay buried. But Mason proved something powerful. You can be outnumbered, you can be betrayed, you can be left for dead, and still rise stronger than the ones who tried to break you. Because true strength isn't surviving the battle, it's surviving the betrayal. If this story moved you, if Mason Hale's fight for truth deserves to be heard, hit like, subscribe, and share this video so more people can feel the power of stories like this. And tell me in the comments, what military story should we bring to life next?